It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. Hardy on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield.
I'll tell you what, as quarterback, you sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Browns first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Another one for Gibbs. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. Up isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. And they're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Ready.
3rd and long here for Sanders. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Sanders going to throw on 4th. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
On the ready.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Love out of the shotgun. That's caught. Devon Achane. 27.
Faster,
Moving
faster.
quickly, trying to get set.
Watch out, man. Get in clear.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Love on 3rd and short. He lobs this up left sideline, looking for something big. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
We'll get it at the 9. And this return finally comes to an end. What a stretch it was to give his guys a short field.
At the Dolphins' 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready. 60 by 6. Go.
To throw now is Sanders. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that means 3rd down coming up.
And 7.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. Ready.
They'll throw 3rd and long. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
Intended for David.
Browns are lined up to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback.
Okay, ready.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start the drive with Achane. Has good room at the 35. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. That swung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
First down throw. Here's Love. Lofts it deep right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Set. Black shot. Ready.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
Green back.
That's good for Dolphins.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. This is complete to Waller. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Stick it in the air. Love. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Nowhere to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Set. Ready. 33. Yellow. Blaster. 6. Set.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Finds his back. Achane. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
12 yards. That's another Dolphins 1st down. A gain of 12. And the Dolphins
So that connection for a 1st will bring us to the end of the 1st. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. back for the second quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Love now on 1st and 10. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get the game's first points here in the second. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Now, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
And go.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
RPO, quickly it goes into the hands of St. Brown. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70 Lions. 18 Rattler. 879 Broncos. Chop 60. Chop.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Ready.
From the red zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and goal. Throwing again here, Sanders. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
3rd and long for him here. Forced out to his right. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Schmidt tacks on that extra point. And the Browns tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive.
On the double.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Playing with Achane here out of the gun. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
A Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on first. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Working quickly here. Second down carry for Achane. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Love with it on first down. Waller with the catch. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Ready.
Shotgun now for Love. Finds him over the middle. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a second quarter lead. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Sanders for the extra point.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7.
Round 7.
Sanders all set to send it away.
Kickoff for Miami.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cougar 19.
Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Checks it down to Gibbs. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Clock is ticked down. We've reached our 2-minute warning. Hang with us. More football in Huntington Bank on its way.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. To the air. Sanders. He finds his running back. Nice work. Complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 42-yard line.
19 tight.
Sanders back to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Coverage by Javon Bullard.
Panther 11. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Sanders going to look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns earn the chance to tie before halftime. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Browns tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. And the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. Love from the gun. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
On the set.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Ready.
Motioning the tight end now.
Set.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Oh, defender there to knock it away, and he's able to do just that. 4th down coming up. On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
17. 19, Tiger, 19, Cub 19, Cub 19.
Now Sanders. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
70, 60 Maverick, 6.
Back to the air here on 2nd. Sanders. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And this is going to be a pick 6. He is in for the Miami touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. To return, Jerome Ford. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
18, Rattler, 18, 70 Ranger, 70. Ready,
Back to work they go after the interception. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Again to throw on 2nd. On the move, headed right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Come on, come on. 79 Bronco 80.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's 4th down. The Browns are lining up to punt. Tyreek Hill deep for the Dolphins. Let's see what he can do on the return. He gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime.
Let's go now. Torpedo Blue. Cut.
1st down throw. Here's Love. This is complete to Waller. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that was the Dolphins' 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Set. Red, 38. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Buys time, rolling right. Dumps it off to Achane. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. But you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Here we go. Blue, 30 seconds.
Love out of the shotgun. Going all the way to the end zone here. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
He finds his running back deep down the left side. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Second half begins with a run by Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
That's kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Ready, ready. Black shot, hut, hut.
Throwing from the gun. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Working quickly here.
Red,
3rd and 2, love to throw. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
let's go. Come.
Offensive line fast.
13 yards on the play.
Yellow.
That's good for Dolphins. First down.
Love now on 1st and 10. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Drill, yellow, 43, set.
Throwing again, Love. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Beetle blue. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Gets this one to Waller. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Jack right.
Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
Blaster, 6. Fly through. Hut.
Back to throw it. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Mustang 19. Trap 50, trap 50. Ready,
Sanders setting the pass. The left side, and St. Brown has it. Now he's past the 25. And a great play comes to an end. He's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Browns first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Viking 18. No. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal
Gibbs now from the gun. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Bronco 80.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
That right there, Kate, that just shows the level of preparedness this defense had coming into the game. They recognize the jet sweep from the start, and they nail it right at the line of scrimmage.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Quick throw left side complete. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. And the point after is good by Schmidt. And the Browns tie this game at 21. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. 2nd and 10, Love trying again. Chased out to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Ready, ready.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. So 20 yards on that play. And that is a Dolphins 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Let's go. Red, yellow, yellow, 22, 10.
Love with it on 1st down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for his back, Devon Achane there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
On the set.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Stick it in the air, Love. Still has some space inside the 35. Up to the races, middle of the field. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 3rd quarter lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready. Trap the 60. Trap the 60. Go.
Drive begins with Gibbs. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
First down.
70,
First and 10 at the 48-yard
Here we go.
line.
With Sanders out of the pistol. And that's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Go. Ready, right?
Enough to get from the gun. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. It's incomplete.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter.
Come on. Ready?
On first down, they're going to start out with Achane. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Dolphins football. We'll see if they can close things out for a win. First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. Love from the gun. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Ready. Ready.
To the air on 3rd and long. We'll drop this down to Achane. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. And goes to the hurry up here.
Blue strike.
Love throwing on 4th. Waddle makes the catch. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. So 21 yards and the first. What a call to go for it there on 4.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Green Jack. You're cut.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And after making the catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Here's Achane up the middle. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Offense in a hurry up here.
37-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
White. Hut.
To the air with Love. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Watch out now. Ready?
Trying to run it in, H.A. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Hurry.
Offense in the hurry up here. Love out of the shotgun.
At the 2-yard line.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
I think I got the same thought bubble as all the fans in the stands with that one. You just got to tuck it. Don't try to force the issue. You're out there in the open space. Put your head down and go get the first.
Ready. 52 blue. Steel black. Ready.
He's back to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jason Sanders. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Sanders sends it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
On the ready.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, Warriors, 70.
Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ready. 18, Pioneer.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. To the right and pulled in by Judy. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First down. 1st and 10.
To the air on 1st down, Sanders. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. And he put everything he's got behind it. He steps in and makes the interception. Rasul Douglas picks it up. And the Dolphins